If you've ever wondered what separates those who achieve financial independence from those who don't, it boils down to habits. Today, I want to share the 7 habits that transformed my life, helped me achieve financial freedom, and allowed me to build the career and lifestyle I've always dreamed of. Hey, this is Hasnae Taleb. If you have watched some of my previous videos, you would realize that I wasn't born into wealth. I was born into a very modest family and started my journey with very limited resources in Morocco, and through persistence, I climbed my way to the top of Wall Street, earning the title of Shewolf of Nasdaq, becoming a multi-awards winning trader, a member of the American Chamber of Commerce, and an entrepreneur. The principles I will share aren't just from my experience. They're common threads I have observed in the lives of many successful people I met along the way. The first habit is having absolute clarity about what you want in life. When I started my journey, I was living in Morocco with no resources, no connections, and no roadmap. But I knew where I wanted to go. In my early 20s, when I first discovered the stock market, you know what I did? I made a vision board. I cut out magazine pictures of Wall Street trading floors, the kind of house I wanted to live in, the cars I dreamed of driving, and the places I wanted to travel to. That board sat on my desk as a daily reminder of my why, and you won't believe it. It all came true. But having a clear vision isn't just about dreaming big. It's actually about breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to earn your first $100,000, ask yourself, what skills do I need to develop? What industries can I excel in? And why does this goal matter to me? Writing down your goals is the first action step. Studies show that when you write something down, your brain begins to work towards it. This small act triggers your subconscious mind, which starts aligning your actions with your goals. Now, one book that really helped me understand this is Limitless by Jim Kwik. In it, he explains how to unlock your brain's full potential. He talks about reprogramming your mindset, building better habits, and training your brain to focus on what truly matters. When you combine these principles with a clear vision, every decision you make becomes aligned with your goals. The second habit is daily visualization. This is where your mind becomes your most powerful ally. Visualization isn't just about daydreaming. It's a mental rehearsal. I've used this habit before every major milestone in my life. Before my first big presentation on Wall Street, I spent hours visualizing myself walking into the room, presenting with confidence, and closing the deal. The more I saw it in my mind, the more I believed it was possible. Studies have shown again that your brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and reality. So if you constantly visualize success, your mind starts looking for ways to make it happen. When I put this into practice, I would spend like 5 to 10 minutes every morning visualizing my goals as if they have already been achieved. Picture the details, like the very, very small, tiny details. What does it feel like to achieve this dream? What am I wearing? Who's there to celebrate it with me? It sounds crazy, but only people that have actually tried this and it worked would agree with me. And this would take me to the third habit, which is daily goal setting. And this is where dreams meet expectations. Early on, I set on goal to make my first $1 million by the age of 23. But I didn't stop there. I broke it down into actionable steps. How much do I need to earn every year? What industries or investments will get me to there? And what daily habits do I need to build? One thing that worked for me was using the SMART method, setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, instead of saying, I want to be rich, say I want to save $50,000 by the end of the year by investing 30% of my income and cutting unnecessary expenses. And start working towards how to save that amount of money and start researching about which assets would give you the 30% returns you're looking for. This way, you're actually putting this dream into action. Now, the fourth habit would be consistent learning. When I first started, I invested in books, courses, and mentorships because I knew that self-education was my first ticket to freedom. When I couldn't afford expensive courses, I saved every penny to invest in just one, then two, then 10. I also made use of every free resource I could find. Libraries, YouTube tutorials, books and podcasts. I treated every book as a personal conversation with the author, extracting lessons and applying them directly to my life. Now, some of the books I would highly recommend is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It's often called the Bible of value investing and lays down to timeless principles about understanding markets and thinking long term. Another gem is The Man Who Solved the Market by Gregory Zuckerman, which tells the fascinating story of Jim Simons, the mathematician who built one of the most successful hedge funds in history by using data and algorithms. And finally, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator by Edwin Lefebvre. And this one reads like a novel, but is packed with lessons on the psychology of trading and markets inspired by the legendary Jesse Livermore. Now, the bottom line is that successful people are always holding a book, reading an article, or diving into something that pushes them to learn more. And it never stops there. The world is changing so fast, and you have to be up to date with what's going on. Now, the fifth habit, and this is one of the weirdest habits that high achievers in life do, they embrace discomfort all the time. And this habit has changed everything for me, honestly. Early in my career, I took on tasks and projects that scared me. I said yes to opportunities before I even felt ready, and I had no choice but to push through. One example was my first pitch to a room of senior executives in Morgan Stanley. My hands were literally shaking, and I felt like I couldn't breathe, like I've stopped breathing. I was pitching in front of smarter people than I was. At least that's what I was thinking at that time. But I did it anyway. Moments like this teach you that fear and growth often go hand in hand. So every time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand it. So if something scares you, it's probably the thing you need to do next. And this is how achievers always think about it. The sixth habit is self-reflection, and it has to be at least once a week. I haven't seen a single successful person who doesn't sit with themselves at least once a week alone and just does deep reflection. Every Sunday, I sit down and reflect on the week. What progress have I made toward my goals? What challenges am I facing, and how can I overcome them? What lessons did I learn this week? How can I change the things that are not working? You will learn so much about yourself just by being by yourself. Now, the final habit, and perhaps the most important one, is consistency. Success isn't about working hard for a week or even a month. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. When I started trading, I made it to a point to review the markets daily, track my performance, and learn from every mistake. There were days when I didn't see results, weeks when I felt stuck, and moments when I doubted myself, but I stayed consistent. Consistency builds momentum, and you have to know that very well. It's like planting seeds. You won't see the results immediately, but with time and persistence, you will have a thriving garden. I would suggest that you set non-negotiable routines, whether it's dedicating like 30 minutes daily to learning, exercising, or building your business, and you just stick to it and do it every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Now you have to answer me. Which one of these habits do you think have the biggest impact in your life? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and share with someone who needs this message. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.